Hey everybody, Mrs. Dalton here. We are going to run through how to work out your problems on the semester study guide. Number 1 says the 7 a.m. temperatures were recorded at major U.S. airports below. We've got a negative 3.14, a negative 3.02, a negative 3.07, and a negative 3.11 degrees Fahrenheit. Question is, which airport had a temperature less than negative 3.07 and greater than negative 3.14 degrees Fahrenheit? And the best way for me, I think, is to draw a number line or to draw either way. You can draw a number line that goes this way, or you can draw a number line that goes this way. It just depends on how you want to label your number line, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and do this one since it's up here. So if I've got a 0, if I'm here at 0, this is positive 1, but we're working in the negative. So I'm going to go negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and I'm going to spread out negative 4 to go way down here because all of these temperatures are going to happen between negative 3 and negative 4. Okay, so the first one you're going to come to after negative 3 is going to be negative 3.02. Your next one you're going to come to is negative 3.07, and then negative 3.11, and then negative 3.14. Now, I am getting really close to 4. These guys really aren't anywhere near 4, but I'm just showing you that the order that they would appear in, okay? So the further we move to the left, the smaller or the lesser the numbers become. The more you move to the right, the larger or the more numbers become. So we're looking for a temperature that is less than 3.07, so less than this guy, and greater than this guy. And since there's only one guy in between, your answer is going to be New York, New York, at a temperature of negative 3.11 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? Number 2, while touring a cave, Channing descended at a rate of 22 feet per hour. What was his change in elevation after 4 hours? Okay, so if we are descending, that means we are moving in a negative direction, okay? So if I'm here, like he's touring a cave, all right, let's say here's the cave entrance, and the cave goes down into the earth. So if we are descending, we're going to go in the first hour 22 feet, negative. Okay, this is hour number 1. After another hour, I'm going to go another negative 22 feet, so I'm going to end up at negative 44. Another hour, I'm descending. I'm going to be at a negative 66, and after 4 hours, I'm going to be at a negative 88 feet. So your final answer for this one is a negative 88 feet, or it could just be negative 22 times positive 4 equals negative 88. Those of you that don't want to draw a picture, okay? Remember your tic-tac-toe for multiplying integers. Remember, this only works for multiplying. Put your positive diagonals and everything else is negative. Negative times positive is negative. Okay, number 3. Lacey ran 4 1/5 miles on the path at the park. Each lap around the path is 3/5 mile. How many laps did Lacey run? Okay, so this is a dividing fractions problem. And the rule for dividing fractions is keep, change, flip, or multiply by the reciprocal. I think it's easier for us to remember keep, change, flip, but please make sure you know the vocabulary multiply by the reciprocal, because that sounds fancier and it is more mathematically correct. Okay, so if I've got 4 1/5 and I'm dividing it by 3/5 because I'm trying to figure out how many 3/5 will fit into 4 1/5. the first thing I have to do is turn this 4 1/5 into an improper fraction. So remember this guy. So 5 times 4 plus 1 over 5 will give us 21 over 5. Okay, that's the improper fraction. So now we've got 21 over 5 divided by 3/5. So then we're going to go to our rule. We're going to keep 21/5. We're going to change the division sign to multiply, and we're going to flip the second fraction and make it 5/3 instead of 3/5. Now we're going to multiply straight across. 5 times 3 is 15. 21 times 5 is, I believe it's 105, but I'm going to go ahead and show my work over here. So I've got 105 divided by 15, because remember that fraction bar means divided by. So we've got 105 divided by 15. And honestly, when I solved this is what I did. I just listed my 15s. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105. So 15 will go into 105 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So that means Lacey ran 7 laps around the track or the path. Okay, number 4. The chart below shows total yards lost in a season by 4 different football teams due to the quarterback being sacked. Order the teams from least amount of yards lost to greatest amount lost. Okay, so on our number line, remember, things are a little trickier once we start getting into the negatives, okay? So our least amount lost are going to be closer to the 0, and the most amount lost are going to be further away from 0, okay? So as I'm moving on the number line in a negative direction, the first one I'm going to come to is Texas Tech at negative 1,532 yards. Okay, next I'm going to come across Texas. So this is Texas Tech. Now I'm going to come across Texas at a negative 2,177 yards. Next I'm going to run into Baylor, and they are at a negative 2,349. And then the most yards lost was Oklahoma at a negative 2,779 yards lost. So your answer would be Texas Tech, Texas, Baylor, and then Oklahoma for number 4. Okay, number 5. Which statement does not represent an expression? So which of these is not an expression? Okay. The easiest way to answer this is remember that expressions do not have what? Good job. They don't have equal signs. Okay. Exclamation point. Okay. Expressions with equal signs, or the things that have equal signs, are called equations. So this first guy is an equation. This guy is an expression. This guy is an expression. And this guy is an expression. So your answer is A, because this guy is an equation. All right, number 6. Okay, order of operations, solve. We've got 8 plus 4 times 2 plus 2 parentheses 2 plus 6, close parentheses. All right. So remember, we've got parentheses, exponents, multiply or divide or multiply, depending on what you see first. Add and subtract, or subtract and then add, okay? Because these guys are one step, and one step. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do these parentheses. 2 plus 6 is 8. Keep them in parentheses because there's a 2 directly on the outside. Bring everything else down. Okay, parentheses, done. Exponents don't have any. multiply or divide, whichever one we see first when we read left to right, just like with adding. So whichever one we come to first. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to go this direction. Boom. 4 times 2 is 8. Bring everything down to parentheses 8. Okay, multiply or divide, adding. Oh, multiplying right here. 16. Bring everything down. Now all I have is a whole bunch of adding. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. Final answer. Number 7. Mr. Conroe divides 9 liters of Dr. Pepper among 7 students. Which expression represents the amount that each student gets? Okay, so I know what you guys are thinking. During class this week, I saw a bunch of you actually trying to work it out. You were working out 9 divided by 7, and you were getting 1 and 2/7, and then you couldn't figure out, wait, which number do I write first? And so hopefully you won't pick these guys because that was not your answer. But a lot of you were actually doing too much work. We were actually just looking for the expression, okay? So 9 divided by 7 also looks like 9 divided by 7. Also looks like 9 divided by 7. Letter D is your answer for number 7. Okay? That was the bell for 8th period, so I'm going to stop this video and I will pick up on number 8 in video number 2. Bye-bye.